Good evening to all. I will start the session. Before going to today's session, first I will give you again the introduction to what the things that happened in the last 2 days. So most of the new members coming for the today's session. That is the reason within the first 15 to 20 minutes I will cover all the topics. Okay. Then you will understand very clearly and we move on. We move on. Okay. Just to 15 to 20 minutes, I will cover all the topics. And you already know for all the topics, the recorded videos are already provided. If you have any doubt in depth, please go through that videos. Okay. And I will clear the doubts. First, my topic is coming to day 2. First, my topic is identifier. Okay. What is an identifier? Identifier is simply a name. Identifier is simply a name that is given to either a variable or an object or a class or a function. So in Python programming, we are using some set of components. For the components, we are given the names. Generally, that names are called identifier. That names are called identifier. Now the thing is, for giving a name, we are following some rules. So we already discussed. Suppose my name is some ABC. So my parents given my name based on date of birth, based on star. So based on some rules, we are given a name to the identifier. What are the rules? An identifier consists of letters A to Z or capital A to capital Z, lower A to Z or capital A to capital Z. An identifier consists of digits 0 to 9. An identifier consists of a special symbol underscore. These are the things that are allowed for a name. Identifier means simply name. These are the things that are allowed for a name. Clear? Now, here one very important point is an identifier does not begin with a digit. This is the most important thing. An identifier does not begin with a digit. For example, A is a name. A is a valid identifier. AB is a valid identifier. Yes, one student give the message, this is my first class. Yes, actually most of the members joined the today's session only. That is the reason I will go with all the contents briefly. Okay, so again, not in depth. I will go each and every content briefly, and we will provide the recorded videos for the last 3 days also. But before going to the recorded video, I will give you a brief idea within 15 to half an hour. Okay, then it is very easy to go with the recorded video. That is our intention. Okay, clear? Now A is a valid name. A is a valid name. AB is a valid name. A underscore B. A underscore B. This is also a valid name. Underscore A. This is also a valid name. One underscore A. This is invalid. Now you got the point? It consists of anything, but the important thing is identifier does not begin with a digit. An identifier does not begin with a digit. Here it begins with a digit. So these such type of names are not allowed. The thing is, such types of names are not allowed for giving the name. And identifiers are not keywords. Identifiers are not keywords. First of all, what is mean by keyword? Keywords are some reserved words. Remember, keyword means some reserved words, the words that are defined for specific purpose. For example, while is the keyword which is used for repetition of a loop. If is the keyword which is used for checking a condition. Like this, some words are reserved for some specific purpose. Such words are not allowed to use as identifier. Such words are not allowed to use as identifier. Okay. Now, there is no limit. There is no limit on length of identifier. What is mean by this one? Here the length is 1. Here the length is 2. The length is 3. The length is 2. Such that there is no restriction. You can create an identifier of any length. 10 characters, 20 characters, 30 characters. But even though they provide the flexibility, we are creating the identifiers according to our requirements. This is my first topic. Clear? Here I give you a brief introduction. Okay. So simply a name. What are the rules to be followed for given a name? Okay. So identifier and keyword are completed. What is my next topic? My next topic is installation. So for this installation, simply remember, very simple. Go to www.python.org. So go to this official website. Go to this official website. Automatically, whenever the website is opened, some downloads tab is visible. There the file is visible. Everything is visible on the front page. That is the first page. Click on that one. Python 3.11.2. Suppose version name. Default. Suppose no problem. I will open. Why? Because most of the new members, without knowing the IDL, it is not possible. So, python.org, whenever you open this official website, place the cursor on download. Place the cursor on download. Here, this one. Click on this one. It downloads the software. After downloading, simply open. Next to your Python software is installed successfully. Very simple procedure. Your Python software installed successfully. Clear? The installation is completed. So go through the video to check step-by-step procedure. Okay. Now, okay, whatever. Okay. I will close this one. Okay, my installation completed successfully. What is my next step? Open that one here. That is called where your Python program is executed. This is called IDLE shell. IDLE shell. In this tool, we are executing our Python program. Now the next question is how to open and how do we write and execute the program. Basic thing. How do we open and write and execute the program? Simply go to start IDLE. Start and type IDLE. See this one, it open. Click on this one. See this one, this page is open. This is IDLE shell 3.11.1. Right now the version is updated 3.11.2. At my time of installation, the version is 3.11.1. So whatever it is, the screen is opened like this in this. Now, what is my next point? After installation of IDLE, we are writing a Python program in two modes. Python program in two modes. One is interactive mode. Second one is script mode. One is interactive mode. Second one is script mode. Observe the differences between interactive mode and script mode. Very simple difference. Now, whenever you are open IDLE, this screen is visible to you. Here, I given some 6 plus 9. What is answer? Press enter. I am getting the value 15. This is called interactive mode. That means the user. User means we are the user. That is programmers. The programmer directly interact with the screen. Here I am given the input. By press enter, I getting the output. This is interactive mode. Generally, In interactive mode, we are using single line of instructions. Generally, we are executing single line of instructions. Now, finally, script mode. This is the very, very important. How? Simply click on file, new file. A new window is opened. A new window is opened. Here, this is called script mode. Here, you can write your program. Here, you can write your program. Suppose print welcome. So, ignore the logic. Here, my program is suppose print welcome. Suppose print some good. This is my program. Now the thing is save the program. Save the program. Save. Here automatically it opens the path where your files, that is the Python software is installed. Where your Python software is installed. Now here you can save your program or else. So here I created a folder batch 32. Within this one you can save your program, like for example first, only first. Enter. Automatically that is taken as a Python file. Now my program is completed. Click on run. Run module. We are moving to interactive mode. Here in the interactive mode, we are getting the output. Okay. Here your thing is how to write the program. That is what is the logic. That is not your thing. Right now your thing is simply how to write, save and execute. Writing the program, okay, saving the program, and then by using the run command, running the program. Okay. Now, one more point we discussed is variables. Here, lastly, we discussed two concepts, variables and data types. Within 5 minutes, I will complete that one and continue with the last session. After that, continue with the last session. What is mean by variable? Everyone must and should understand carefully. From this onwards, it is very, very important. Okay, we entered into the original Python. Suppose remembering identifier, keywords, almost in all the programming languages same. Coming to Python, what is a variable? Variable is simply a memory location which is used to hold a value. Variable is a memory location used to hold a value. Okay. Now, A is equal to 5. A is equal to 5. Here, A is a variable which creates some memory inside your system, which creates some memory that is referred by variable A. Within the memory, the value 5 is assigned. You got it? So A is equal to 5. This is the thing. Each and every memory has some address. Suppose B is equal to 6. Whenever you are writing the statement, some memory is created that is referred by B and which consists of a value 6 with some address. Now you got it? That is variable. That is variable. Now, here coming to this ideally, step by step, I will explain variable once again. I will explain variable. A is equal to 5. A is equal to 5. That means we are creating a variable A which holds the value 5. Always remember, whenever you are writing the variable name means the value present in the variable is displayed. So what is the value of A? 5. Exactly the answer is 5. Similarly, some B is equal to 3.2. Value of B is 3.2. Okay. So my first definition in variable I given 3 points. Okay. In variable in the last session I given 3 points. My first point is simply single variable, single value. Now my second point related to variable is, here assume A is equal to 3, B is equal to 4, C is equal to 5. I need three variables. I need three variables with three values. In the first line, I given A is equal to 3, press enter. B is equal to 4, press enter. C is equal to 5, press enter. So three variables, I am using three lines of code. In the Python, we have a concept multiple assignment. That means you can write A comma B comma C is equal to 3, 4, 5. I think you remember one. Whoever attended the last session, remember that one. You have three variables is equal to three values. So what is the logic? 3 is assigned to A, 4 is assigned to B, 5 is assigned to C. Clear? Again, anybody have any doubt at any point of time, immediately ask the doubt. Immediately ask the doubt. Okay, then only it is possible to move on. Yes. A comma B comma C is equal to 3 comma 4 comma 5. Clear? Multiple assignment. Now I will execute that one also. A comma B comma C is equal to 2 comma 3 comma 4. What is the value of A? 2. What is the value of B? 3. What is the value of C? 4. Right? Now, finally, A comma B comma C is equal to 1 comma 2. Left to side, I have how many variables? Three variables. But how many values you need to pass? Three values. But how many you pass? Only two. That means error or not? That means error. What is the type of error? Remember the type of error. Here the error related to value. Yes or no? That is a value. So the type of error is a value error. Press enter. See this one? Not enough values to unpack. Not enough value to unpack. That means I expected three values, but I am getting only two values. Everyone clear? Exactly. The last.
दस तारीख तारीख 13 नोट
Exactly. The last one. A comma B is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3. Yes, one student asked us, sir, we did this in the last class. Yes, it is completed in the last class, but most of the new members are joined the session. So within 10 minutes, I will close this topic and we'll continue with the topic. Why? Because without linking, it is not possible to continue on the session. Okay. So from tomorrow onwards, that is after 10 minutes onwards, so we'll continue. From tomorrow onwards, no problem. A comma B is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3. What is the meaning? Left to side we have two variables. Right side we have three values. Generally it is possible. Again it gives an error. That means left to side number of variables, right side number of values must and should be same. Must and should be same. If either increased or decreased, it gives an error. 2 points are completed. Now the third point is this one. Now what is the meaning? Single value is assigned to multiple variables. Single value is assigned to multiple variables. Like here, what is the procedure? 3 is assigned to C. Yes or no? Is equal to means right to left. General meaning, not a programming, even mathematics also. 3 is assigned to C. The value of C is assigned to B. The value of B is assigned to A. So automatically A value 3, B value 3, even C value also 3. Okay, my variable concept is completed. Very, very, very important. Yes, clear? Now moving to last topic of the last session. The last topic of the last session. So within 10 minutes, I will close this one. Data type. From that onwards, I will move very slowly, no problem. So somebody assume that we will move very fast, no problem. After 10 minutes, I will move very slowly. Data type. Data means information. Type means the type of data. Simple terms. The data type specifies the type of data that is stored in a variable. The type of data that is stored in a variable. Except to Python, I already said the same thing. Except to Python, coming to remaining languages. Suppose consider very simple C language. Okay, if anybody knows C language, first your program is, my simple program is addition of two numbers. You are writing a C program, addition of two numbers. Now what is the logic? Within the main method, first you are declaring int a, b, c. If anybody knows C language, understand. Otherwise, no problem. I will explain. Int a comma b comma c. This is the first statement inside the main in C language. What is the meaning of the statement? Why you are writing the statement means here a, b, c are called variables. Yes or no? A comma b comma c are called variables. First, we need to declare the variable. Declare the variable. That means, what is the meaning of declaration? In this program, I am going to use three variables A, B, C, and all the three variables hold integer type information. This is one data type. This is one data type. All the three variables hold integer type information. Suppose a is equal to 2. Okay. What is mean by integer? Mathematically, whole numbers. Mathematically, whole numbers. In technical, that is called int. Okay. What is the whole number? 3, 5, 7. A number without any point. A number without any decimal points are called integers, are called whole numbers, are called integers. Now the thing is, within my program, first I declared A, B, C are the three variables that we are going to use in our program. And all the three variables can hold only whole numbers. That declaration is given. For example, in the program, if I am trying to use a variable D, assume if I am trying to use a variable D, the program gives an error. The programs gives an error. That means first compulsory you need to declare. Then only you are allowed to use the variable. First point. Second, suppose here I am given B is equal to some 3.2. Is it possible? Actually, what I said int means whole number. I clearly mentioned the three variables must and should note only integers. But here I given real numbers. It also gives an error. To overcome this problem, Python has a very advantage. What is the advantage? Python is called, remember, dynamically typed language. Python is dynamically typed language. What is mean by dynamically typed? Dynamically typed means in Python, no need to declare the variable in advance. No need to declare the variable. Whenever we need a variable, directly we can use. Whenever we need, we can use. Suppose right now, I need a variable A, simply assign the value 5. Suppose I need a variable B is equal to 6.2, assign the value. Now clear? Observe the difference. Your program is addition of two numbers. First of all, what is that one? Addition of two numbers means you need to provide two inputs. That is two numbers. Perform addition of two numbers. And the result is stored in some variable C. So, what are the data types? So, here I am declaring the data types and I am declaring the variables in Python. This is not required. Now, how do we identify the data type? Exactly, simply here the data type is fixed based on the type of information you are passing. Actually, 5 is the whole number means, so automatically A is an integer. It is a real number. Real numbers are called float. B is a float. Okay. Now, in the last session, I entered into integer. Yes. So within 2 minutes, I will complete. Integer is the data type which is used to store whole numbers. Which is used to store whole numbers. Okay. Here it is any format, either decimal format, binary format, octal format, and hexadecimal format. These are the different types of integers. Clear? This is the end of last session. Remember, 3 days class is completed within half an hour. Okay. So why means simply to give you an idea. So everyone go through the recorded videos, follows the 3 sessions and continue. Now, from now onwards, I will move very slowly. Next to data type is float. Next to data type is float. Okay. Now, float is used to store real numbers. Float represents real numbers. What is mean by real number? Real numbers means a number with some decimal point. Maths, we know mathematics. Real number is a number with some decimal point are called real number. Suppose 3.2. It is a real number. 4.745. This is a real number. Okay. Now create a float variable. Practice each and everyone. F, suppose some A is equal to 3.2. A is equal to 3.2. Remember, again I am repeating. Here I am not declaring the variable A. In Python, directly we can assign the value. What is the function? We have a function type of, remember, type of. It is a predefined function available in Python to check the type of the data type. That is the type of information we are passing. Type of A. What is the data type? Float. Okay. From now onwards, that is from this point onwards, anybody have any doubt, ask me immediately. A is equal to 3.2. That means here I assigned a real number. What is the type of A? So the type of function, type of is the function which is used to get the type of the variable. So what is that one? Float. What is that one? Float. Okay. In Python, we have one more way of representing floating point numbers. What is that way is 1.2. For example, 1.2 EH. This is another way of representing floating point number, but we are not using. Why? Because I will explain. Here, what is the value? 1.2 into. The original meaning is 1.2 into 10 power 8. 10 power 8. Suppose if you have a floating point number like this. If you have a floating point number like this, instead of writing this statement, simply you can write this one. Suppose 1.2 e minus 8. What is the answer? 1.2 into 10 power minus 8. Got it? Suppose I will show you 1.2, some a is equal to 1.2 e power 8. A, what is the value of it? You are getting that not? 1.2 into 10 power 8. 10 power 8 means 8 zeros. Now count down 8 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Matched or not? So you know that one. Here 1.2. 1 zero is moved with the 0.2. So total 7 zeros. Exactly. If you want, 1.2 e minus 8. Sorry, you need to assign some variable. 1.2 e minus 8. What is the value of a? This one. Why? For this, there is no modification. Suppose a is equal to 0.00000012. Automatically system converts. Yes or no? Automatically system converts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Total after point we have total 11. 1, 2 is placed here. That is the reason e power minus 10. Normal mathematics. So I think it is not useful for us. 99 point of situation we are not using this one. Why? Because the operations we are performed on very small numbers. Everyone remember only what is a float. Now, what is my third data type? My third data type is complex number. My third type is complex number. This is not covered. Covered already? Yes. My third data type is complex number. Everyone know what is the format of a complex number? Exactly. Here also same. A plus bj. Here remember the data types, everything is max. Everything is max. Any number of the form A plus Bj. J is also fixed. Suppose you have a doubt, sir. Instead of J, I am using the letter A plus BK. It gives an error. Why? In the sense that is designed by the Python developer. The system only takes J. The system only takes J. So any number of the form a plus bj, that is called complex number. Now everyone concentrate on this one. We have many logics here. Everyone concentrate. C is equal to 2 plus 3j. Right or wrong? C is equal to 2 plus 3j. Print C. Answer is 30. First type of C. What is the type of C? Complex. Type of C is complex. Now, first point is clear. Everyone understand first point? Suppose C is equal to 2 plus 3j. Clear. Now, here I am creating a complex number. C is equal to some 2.3 plus 5.4j. Is it possible or not possible? Yes, 100%. There is no restriction compulsory. You need to use integer variables. There is no restriction here. You can use floating values also. It is a perfect valid complex number. Clear? Now, B is equal to 2.3 plus 5j. One is floating, second one is integer. Now, anyone know what is A? A is called real part, B is called imaginary part. I think everyone know. A is called real part, B is called imaginary part. Here in the real part, I have a floating point number. In the imaginary part, I have an integer. It is also valid. Why I am writing all these cases means you will understand. A is equal to 2 plus 3.4j. Integer floating valid. Finally, D is equal to 2 plus 4j. Both are integer valid. What is my intention? The real part and imaginary part are any combination. You agree? Both are integers or both are float. One is an integer and another one is float. Fine. Now, everyone concentrate. Very important. Assume if my real part and imaginary part are integers. Assume real part and imaginary part are integers. What are the different bases of integer? Under integer, in the last session, we discussed very clearly. Under integer, we have different bases. One is a decimal number system, binary, octal, hexadecimal. So these are the four ways to represent an integer. 4 ways to represent an integer. So, a plus bj in the real part, you can use any base. You can use any base, either a decimal number or a binary number or an octal number or hexadecimal number. There is no restriction. Clear? In the real part, you can use any base, but in the imaginary part, if it is a floating means not a problem. If the floating is not a problem, suppose if b is an integer, you must and should use only the decimal. Everyone note down, very, very important. So in the real part, you can use any type of base, but in the imaginary part, it is allowed to use only decimal. I will show you the different examples. A is equal to 0b. You know, a binary number is prefixed with 0b. Octal is prefixed with 0o. Hexadecimal is prefixed with 0x. Suppose A is equal to 0b 1101. So here what is a value? A is a binary number, yes or no? Any number that is prefixed with 0b and the digits are only zeros and ones, that is called a binary number. So that we discussed in the last session. Now if you are given a, what is output? Binary is printed? No. The system automatically converts any base into decimal. Remember? The system automatically converts any base into decimal. See this one? Automatically convert. Now, create a complex number c is equal to 0b 1101 plus some 5j. So, in the real part, I written the binary format. In the imaginary part, I written only integer. Now, print see. Even though you are given any format, that is converted into decimal. Suppose d is equal to some 2 0b 1101 j. What happens? Error. So syntax error. Invalid binary literal. Clear? Invalid binary literal. Now, complex is not at all completed. One more point is, suppose if I given two complex numbers, assume I given two complex numbers, C1 is equal to 2 plus 3j, C2 is equal to 4 plus 5j. My program is to perform addition of two complex numbers. Suppose see this one, C1 is equal to 2 plus 3j, C2 is equal to some 4 plus 5j. Now, C1 plus C2, we are getting the answer. Perfect. Why? C1 is a complex number, C2 is a complex number. Mathematically, we know the real parts are added and the imaginary parts are added. 2 plus 4, 6. 3 plus 5, 8. Automatically, we are getting 6 plus 8. Clear? Now, so addition is performed successfully. Internally, what happened? Just now we discussed, the real parts are added and the imaginary parts are added. From the complex number, how do we extract only the real part? In mathematics, you know. So I given a complex number. Now your aim is you need to print only 2 from this number. My question is I want only 2, or my question is I want only 3. You are getting my point? You want only the real part or only the imaginary part. It has an attribute real. C1 dot real. If you are using this statement from this complex number, automatically it retrieves the real part. C1 dot imag. From this complex number, it retrieves the imaginary part. It retrieves the imaginary part. Okay. Now, C1 dot real. 2.0. Remember, 2.0. But my number is 2 only. Why? I will explain. IMAG. Here my number is 3. But here also the answer is 3.0. By default, remember what is the meaning? If you are extracting only the real part or imaginary part, by default, complex numbers are of floating data type. If you are given integer, so see this one. At the time of addition, it gives an integer. But you are trying to extract only one part, that is considered as a floating point numbers. Even though you are given integers, in system point of view, those are considered as floating point numbers. Any doubt related to complex? Ask me. My complex is completed. Anybody have doubts? Why I am asking means data types plays very crucial role. Yes or no? Without data types, how we write a program? What is the type of information that we are stored? No, integer, float, complex. Three data types are completed. Under these three data types, if you have any doubt, ask me immediately. Otherwise, I will move to the next data type.
So here also in the place of binary, can we take octal and hexadecimal, sir, or that is also not possible in complex?
It is possible. It is possible. Here in this, I think this is your doubt. At this position, you can take any, either decimal, binary, octa, hexadecimal number. You can take any format, not a problem. But here in the
Mm-hmm.
imaginary, only decimal is allowed.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
got it.
Oh, clear. Okay. Any other else? Again, I am repeating, always clarify your doubts, then only move to the next topic. Then it is very benefit to you. Yes, no doubts, clear. Now, I will move to the next data type. My next data type is Boolean. My next data type is Boolean. What are completed? Integer, that is int into floating, float, float, complex, and then boolean. Here the data type name is bool only. Everyone remember, in Java the data type name is boolean. Don't forget. Suppose if anybody know Java, don't confuse. In Java, the data type name is Boolean. Coming to Python, the data type name is bool, bool only. That is the first difference. Suppose coming to Java, Boolean some a is equal to true. So Boolean in the sense it gives two values, true, false. The two values are true, false. Suppose this is the syntax in Java, but in Python we are not declared. Yes or no? We are not declared. A is equal to true, B is equal to false. Okay? That means here A is a Boolean variable, B is a Boolean variable. But everyone must and should remember one important point. What is that point means? Simply A is equal to true, B is equal to false. You are getting my point? Observe the difference. In Java, true and false all are lowercase letters. But in Python, T and F must be in uppercase. T and F must be in uppercase. Then only these two are considered as keywords. Then only these two are considered as a keyword. For example, if you are writing the statement A is equal to true, how the system takes? System takes like this. System takes like this. So B is a variable. The value of B is assigned to A. Here system takes true is a variable. The value of variable true is assigned to A. Getting the point? Okay. Again, I will give you the example. For example, up to now we are not defining the variable k. Yes or no? K. See this one. What is the error? Name error. That is, up to now name k is not defined. Yes or no? K is not defined. Similarly, A is equal to true. A is equal to true. See that error? Name true is not defined. You are getting my point? That is a small p. It is considered as a variable, not a data type. Not a data type. Now, suppose you will write down A is equal to capital T. A is equal to true. It takes. Now the last step is the type of A. Class BOOL, Boolean. Class Boolean. Now, what we covered up to now, data types. Under this, float is a data type and complex is one data type and Boolean is another data type. Now, move to the next topic. Data types is not completed. Okay. Now, coming to the main heading again, data types. Data types. So the data types are categorized into numbers, Boolean. I think you remember. The data types are categorized into numbers, Boolean, string, list, tuple, dictionary, and then set. In this, these two are called primitive data types. Those two are called primitive data type. Primitive data type means the basic data type or the data type variable hold only one value. Suppose see this one in the example A is equal to 5. Here A is a primitive integer variable. A primitive integer variable hold only single value. Complex number, how many values? Single value. Floating, how many values? Single value. Even Boolean also is a single value, either true or false. That means primitive data type variable hold only one value. Again, I am repeating. A is equal to 5. A is the variable which consists of only one value. Suppose you are writing the statement A is equal to 5 comma 6. This is not possible. It does not give an error. Remember, it does not give an error. But I said already one thing. It gives an error. You remember that one? But it does not give an error. I will explain what is the difference. Don't confuse. Here I said A comma B is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3. Is this one error? Yes, this is an error. Now A is equal to 1 comma 2. This is not an error. What is the difference between the first one and second one? In the first one, left side I have two variables, right side more than two variables. That is more than two values. It gives an error. Here also, left side I have one variable, right side I have two values. Right side I have two values. Now it does not give any error. What is the reason means exactly I got one answer. So right now nobody knows the concept. Why? Because if the left side we have only one value means that is not considered as an integer. It is considered as a tuple. Now 1 comma 2 is placed within the parentheses. Now you can check type of A. See this one tuple. This is not an integer. That means even though you are here, ignore this one. I will explain later. So in this data types, whenever the tuple concept occur, I will explain. Right now, I am giving only one point. The point is, if you want to assign more than one value to a single variable, those are not primitive. That is a non-primitive. All basic data types hold only one value. Numbers in the sense, you know, what are the numbers? Into, float, and complex. These are the numbers. These are the numbers. Okay. Now, generally, these are called data types, advanced data types. Somewhere these are called collections or data structures. That means Collection. It stores some collection of information. Okay. Remember, once you understand these string list to tuple dictionary set, 50% of Python programming is completed. I'm saying not syllabus. 50% of programming in the sense by knowing this one, 50% you are in a position to write any Python program. You are in a position to write any Python program by using procedure oriented. Clear? Remember the first session. Difference procedure oriented, object oriented. Clear? Now, right now, I am not explaining in detail. Generally, most of the members, what I am doing means by learning other topics, we are moving to this one. For example, if you want to learn the concept of string or a list or a tuple, we need some additional topics. What are the additional topics? We need the concept of operators. We need the concept of decision making. We need the concept of iterative statements. All those things are required for knowing the complete details. Yes or no? So you don't know, no problem. For that, what I am trying to do is, first I will give you a basic definition. What is a string? How do we create a string? What is a list? Creation of a list. Tuple, creation of a tuple, dictionary set. Just to my intention is just to creation. What is what? Just to basic. After completion of the concept of operators, decision making, looping statements, again we will move in depth. In depth in the sense, what are the different functions that are available? How to perform operations by using those functions? We will discuss everything. Okay. I started, we have 7 minutes time. I started string. String is a collection or simply string is a sequence of characters. String is a sequence of characters enclosed within quotations. String is a sequence of characters that are enclosed within quotation. So here we are using three types of quotations. In string, we are creating the string by using three types of quotations. One is single quotation. Remember, in Python, there is no concept of character data type. Even single letter is available, that is treated as string. Suppose in C language, within single quotation, we are writing single character. Then only it is a character. Remember, it is not in Python. In Python, even though you are using single quotation, system consider as a string, no data type of character. Now, we can create a string in double quotations. We can create a string in triple quotations. In your keyboard, you have triple quotations? No. For that, we are using 1, 2, 3. Triple single quotation like this, or double triple quotation. You can use anything. You can use anything. Now, okay, this is my definition. Just either what is the definition? How to create. In the next session, what I am doing, I will complete all the 5 data types and I will write a program in the script mode to cover all the data types. So today, first to move to this one, S1 is equal to, S1 is my string. Welcome to Python. S1 is equal to welcome to Python. That means a string S1 is created. You are using print statement, you are printing, or else directly you can use the variable name. So, welcome to Python. Clear? My string is created by using single quotation. S2 is equal to welcome to Python. Double quotation. Here S2 a string is created by using double quotation. Now, creation of a string by using single quotation, creation of a string by using double quotation. Finally, S3 is equal to, for example, hello. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Hello. How are you? 1, 2, 3. Okay. String S3 is created. String S3 is created. Print S3. Clear? A string is created by using single, by using double, by using triple. Generally, single and double are equal. So, triple quotation, we have something. We will discuss that thing in the tomorrow session. It will take some time to explain the triple quotations. So, tomorrow session, we will continue with the strings. So, by the end of tomorrow, we will know all the data types. All the data types. That is end of today's session. If you have any doubt, ask. Tomorrow I will write one program also related to these data types. I will write one program also. Yes, please explain how to study and practice. No problem. By the end of tomorrow's session, you will get one idea. Wait for one day. By the end of tomorrow, you will get one idea. I will give you the complete details, how to practice. I will give you daily questions also. After completion of 2 to 3 days, I will give you each and every day. I will give you some practice questions also. We will practice that one. Okay. Any other else? Okay, I will close the session. Thank you for today's session.